बघी खुदा नष्ट उड़ाए
हाँ
4 वड़ी दो
दो
मोर वड़ी
ना
हाँ
दो
दो दो 4
मम्मी
मम्मी मम्मी बने वड़ी बल सब वड़ी भी
दो
It is the case that has all eyes right here on San Antonio. Where is 3-year-old Lina Khil? The young girl disappeared Monday night while on a playground at her Northwest Side family's apartment complex.
It's the questions so many want answers for. What happened to Lina Khil, and where is she?
I'll tell you up front that we have not had much success in trying to determine where Lina is.
San Antonio Police Chief William McManus says they're doing everything possible to bring Lina home. Right now, they're combing through videos and searching wooded areas. McManus adding the 3-year-old is still considered a missing person.
When a tragedy like this touches one of us, it touches all of us.
The Islamic Center of San Antonio has put up a reward of at least $75,000 for anyone who can provide information to help find Lina.
This is a tragedy. No matter what community it happens in, this is a tragedy. And so we want to bring it to a quick resolution. Hopefully, she's going to come home safe.
Pamela Allen says that's all Lina's family wants right now. The nonprofit leader spoke with them today, saying they're distraught.
They're so overwhelmed by just what's going on, the fact that they can't find their baby. It's a bit much for them.
Allen says the playground where Lina was last seen is about 40 feet from her family's front door. She says the family was unaware of how many people want to help. So through a translator, she asked them this.
So I asked them, would you allow us to pray? And their response was yes, yes. And it was just immediate.
An immediate response from a family who wants their daughter home.
Everybody's just kind of holding their breath on this one and hoping that this baby's going to be okay.
There's nothing that we haven't done to try to find her, and you know, it's frustrating and it's disheartening and disappointing that we haven't come up with something yet.
Our top story tonight. Today marks 8 days since 3-year-old Lina Khil was last seen. Even with a mountain of tips, potential video evidence, and dozens of interviews, investigators have no leads on where she may be tonight. News 4's Joe Galley is here for you with the latest on the investigation and what detectives are focusing on right now. Joe?
Jonathan, investigators have narrowed down the moment to where Lina went missing to an 18-minute period sometime Monday last week. And it's within that 18 minutes that they're looking for some piece of evidence, some witness to come forward to help paint a better picture as to what exactly happened.
बघी खुदा नष्ट उड़ाए
हाँ
These family videos of Lina Khil show a happy little girl talking and playing with her family. Lina disappeared from a playground at the Via del Cabo apartments on the Northwest Side last Monday, and the search has not stopped.
We continue to get leads. We continue to go over social media posts, seeing if we can't come up with anything that might lead us to where Lina might be or what might have happened to her.
On the ground, search crews with dogs and ATVs have continued to look in areas around the apartment, including this neighboring storage facility. That's where search teams spent several hours today, but unfortunately found nothing. The dumpsters at the apartment complex have been searched multiple times.
We wanted to do our due diligence again, since the dumpsters were emptied from the time we searched last week till this week. So we wanted to research it and make sure we didn't miss anything.
At this point, this is still a missing persons case. Chief McManus is hesitant to relabel the investigation until there are more details.
If we suspected foul play, the investigation would turn. But right now, we don't have enough to lead us in that direction.
There's a $150,000 reward for any information that leads to where little Lina might be.
We don't know if they're human or if they're animal or what they are right now, but obviously from this appearance, very, very old and not in any way related to missing Lina.
The bones were found relatively close to the apartment where Lina went missing, in one of the several areas being searched by multiple groups today. Lina Khil, father of little Lina, joined several members of the Afghan refugee community, along with some child welfare advocates, and began their search for Lina at St. Francis Episcopal Church. They walked along wooded areas near the USAA corporate headquarters and into neighboring apartments, areas which have been searched by SAPD, but they wanted to give it a second look.
They want closure, family wants her found, and I think what's great is that the Afghani community is saying, what can we do to help? And that's the best part.
We searched this area over here.
A few minutes down the road, more than 100 volunteers were divided into groups to search neighborhoods near the apartment where Lina went missing. Some of these volunteers came from far and wide, touched by the story of this missing girl.
People from Corpus. I've got a guy coming up from the Valley. A couple people from Austin have called me. People from everywhere, Fredericksburg, Kerrville, Bernie, they're all coming.
There were so many volunteers, the groups were able to search an area that's about a 5-mile circumference from the spot where Lina disappeared. Many of the volunteers have never searched for a missing person before.
It's heartbreaking. I don't have any children, and I can only imagine. I know loss, though, and grief, and, and that's what drove me to come out today. But I continue to pray for the family and all of those that are involved, that we can, find that little girl soon.
These people looking everywhere they could, including in open areas, apartment complexes, and through private businesses like this storage facility, looking for any shred of evidence to point investigators in the right direction.
I have 3 daughters. I want to do what I can. I can't not do anything.
With every step, glance, and second that goes by, Pamela Allen hopes they are closer to finding little Lina Khil.
We're just praying for a miracle. It's been 2 weeks already, and we're just praying. It's just a hard thing to see this family go through this.
Allen helped organize today's search for Lina with the Afghan community, going through this tall grass for a specific reason.
SAPD said that areas, the green belts were points that can be searched, and so that's what we decided to do.
Today's nearly 200 volunteers brave the cold with one goal in mind.
We're just hoping that it turns up some leads.
Something that's been difficult to come by since Lina vanished from a playground.
Bottom line is we still can't find a baby girl, and we need to find her.
Lina's father has previously asked everyone to pray for his daughter, the toddler, an Afghan refugee, seen here in home videos, smiling and laughing.
Lina was not only a member of the Afghan community, but she was a very little girl.
Amir Amareen and Noor Mohammed are 2 local Afghani leaders, coordinating with authorities and standing by Lina's heartbroken family.
We usually talk to her father for a sympathy, like upper sympathy, condolences, and also we are trying to help him.
It's really hard to go through this situation, but it is what it is. We are not losing our hope.
If you're a parent and you don't know where your kid is, time is not your friend. It gets worse.
Heavy words from local missing persons and human trafficking consultant Dottie Laster, who has been following Lina's case. The discontinued Amber Alert for missing 3-year-old Lina Khil concerns Laster, though she says police have been extensive in their search for her.
It's the first sign that law enforcement resources are starting to pull back, and that's very scary and sad for all that care about her.
We reached out to SAPD to see what the discontinued Amber Alert means. We were sent a statement. It says in part, quote, "We want to once again reassure the family of Lina Khil and the community that our investigation and search for Lina has not stopped. We will continue to diligently continue combing through leads in hopes of locating Lina and returning her with her family. The missing persons case involving Lina is in active investigation." This is the playground where Lina was last seen. You can see over here a few flowers and a stuffed unicorn has been left here. Just a few days ago, the police and some other federal agencies wrapped a search for her just a couple of miles down from the apartments where she lives. So far, the community and the Islamic Center of San Antonio don't plan to stop their efforts to bring Lina home. The center will keep the reward money they've raised in place.
The $100,000 will remain there, as far as I know, until the near future, because we want some information. and we realize that that may be an incentive for somebody.
Everyone praying and hoping for her safe return.
I hope she's found. If someone has her, I would say we will never stop looking for her. Years, decades, I hope it doesn't go that far, but this community doesn't stop.
We ask you and beg you to protect her from any harm or any evil matter.
It's a prayer everyone is hoping will reach the one who can help finally bring Lina Khil home.
We ask Allah to make us hear beautiful and good news soon and to unite her with her family back.
The 3-year-old went missing on December 20th from her Northwest Side apartment. Last seen on a playground, there have been dozens of searches and little information. Just this week, a tip took the search to Fredericksburg.
We wonder how a 3-year-old could survive all this time on her own, and how is it possible that no one has seen her or recognized her?
Dr. Sarah Samreen with the Muslim Children's Education and Civic Center is one of several speakers at today's prayer ceremony. Lina's father, Riaz, is another. He is thankful for everyone's prayers and help. Emotional as he tells us through an interpreter, he just wants his daughter back home.
And your information, if that will lead to find Lina, it will bring a happiness to our home.
Finding Lina is at the forefront for religious, community, and city leaders, including Noor Mohammed and Mayor Ron Nierenberg.
We have a big number of manpower if needed.
I want you to know that Lina Khil is a daughter of San Antonio. And so long as she is not here with us, the search will continue.
The mayor says it's personal, as so many in the community are also parents.
The truth of the matter is, Lina has been missing now for over 30 days. We are expending every resource and following every lead, no matter where it leads, to try to bring her home.
Very important to observe her birthday, but also to keep hope that she's going to come home.
Today is Lina Khil's 4th birthday. Exactly 2 months ago, Lina went missing from this playground at the apartment complex where she lived. Today, a solemn celebration as family and search teams keep their hopes alive that she is found safe.
To let the community know that we are still looking for her and we're still praying for the best.
Before the party began, a donation of $80,000 was called into the Islamic Center, increasing the total reward for any information that leads to Lina's whereabouts to $250,000. Lina's father says the community coming together and standing with him is motivating him to keep going. Through an interpreter, he says he spends his days and nights waiting for a phone call that she's been found safe, and every day that passes is painful.
If somebody lost someone, they will know my pain, what pain I am. So this is the pain that is increasing, not decreasing. And it's not, my day and night are not relaxed, like I'm in deep pain.
Riaz Khil released 4 doves, 1 for each year of Lina's life. Another 12 doves released by friends and family, sending their love for Lina and her safe return. Tonight, a father in agony asking the community to pray for Lina.
So the only message that I have to Lina is that we are trying to find you, and we will find you.
Making you cry.
It's the first time.
Through all of this, is the first time you cry?
Yeah. I was making my heart strong.
Time is taking its toll for the family and friends of 4-year-old Lina Khil, who disappeared from her home back in December. They have received hundreds of tips and pictures, and none made them feel it could be Lina. That is until a few weeks ago when Border Patrol posted a picture of an accompanied minor. Fox 2 News' Yami Virhen tonight shows us what these parents are having to do to make sure this child isn't their missing daughter.
$250,000 reward, 5 weeks missing, a 4th birthday without the birthday girl, and hundreds of tips have come in on their child, Lina Khil. But one of them really has them unnerved. It was the picture Border Patrol shared with the media back on March 22nd, a 4-year-old girl who was found unaccompanied on the banks of the Rio Grande in Del Rio. When you look at that picture, what makes you believe that that's your daughter?
So when I see the picture from the side, it's look like a Lina, especially the fingers that she have. It's same like Lina. And as I consult with my wife and me, we both believe that she is Lina.
Through his interpreter, Sadar Khil, Lina's father, says he and his wife told the FBI and SAPD about the child in the social media posts. 2 hours later, law enforcement came to their home, but the child in the picture authorities brought was not the one Border Patrol had posted.
When he said that I saw that picture, I think it's a different picture. It's not the same picture that I'm watching, because that picture that she was, it's totally different from me. So then I asked them that, okay, you're showing me this picture, but I want to see the girl face to face.
The family asked to see the child, but that is not how the process works when dealing with unaccompanied minors. They claim the FBI and SAPD said, this is our research and this is not your girl. Amy Maldonado is an immigration attorney who deals with appeals and high-profile immigration cases. Maldonado told the parents to call the Office of Refugee Resettlement, or ORR, before any petitions to produce the child be made in court.
If you have a child who you believe is unaccompanied and has been picked up by CBP, that child will be transferred to the Office of Refugee Resettlement. And DHHS operates a parent hotline that you can call. You have to give your child's name and date of birth, and you can, other identifying data. And they look the child up in the system and will tell the parents what shelter the child is and connect them with the case manager.
And that's what they did.
Hello, ma'am. This is Lawang Mangal. I'm the translator for the parent. They speak Pashto.
During the 30-minute call, they explained to a third-party operator for the ORR which child they thought was Lina.
So when we saw that picture on the social media, it was a 100% copy of their child.
The operator finally tells them that she does not see a child by the name of Lina Khil in their data of unaccompanied children. Riaz looked at the interpreter with a look of disbelief. How would his 4-year-old daughter, who only speaks Pashto, be able to tell the Office of Refugee Resettlement her name and date of birth, so they can have that on a databank of unaccompanied children?
If you're talking about a small child who doesn't speak English or Spanish, who speaks Pashto, who is probably terrified at interacting with all of these different people, it makes sense to me that the name would not be in the database.
But finding the child may prove more difficult, since at least 2 elected officials who attempted to help the family were told the child in this picture was in New York and in Florida, all at the same time. So finding Lina will take more than law enforcement alone. It will take everyone keeping a vigilant eye, as retired FBI agent and founder of Project Absentees, a nonprofit helping families to find their loved ones, tells Fox San Antonio.
If there's somebody out there, a medical professional, if there is a person that believes they have information about where Lina's at and they feel uncomfortable contacting law enforcement, please give us a call.
Until they're reunited, Riaz hopes his daughter is allowed by whoever has her to hear his words. Words that brought tears to his interpreter's eyes for the first time in 4 months. But little did 3-year-old Lina Khil's parents know these could be all they now have of their little girl. Just before her 4th birthday, Lina vanished from the playground of their apartment on Fredericksburg Road.
She's real pretty. I made her. It's pretty. She is.
14 months later, Lois Gibson is capturing what Lina may look like now.
Because I care. She's so cute. Then I heard about it and I went, oh no, no. And when I hear about those, I wait for them to say, we found her.
It's emotional relief to get a chance to get my lick in and reach out to see if somebody recognizes her.
Gibson has dedicated 40 years to the Houston Police Department as their forensic sketch artist.
My sketches have solved over 1,266 cases, but I've gotten back 4 infants that were kidnapped. And those are so horrific.
Now retired, she gave us a tour of her room where she keeps all of the sketches.
She said, I can't remember when I did this drawing.
She remembers every story.
You remember little Lopez was on the beach?
And every line she's drawn.
This is gonna be accurate. I don't think anybody's gonna shave her head, I don't think they're gonna cut her hair, I hope not. But that face is gonna be right. I hope somebody recognizes it. We need it so bad.
In a year, there are some things in a toddler that will change, but not drastically.
Those eyebrows, they're like mine. Mine have gotten a little lighter. Her eyebrows are like Sean Connery. Picture Sean Connery, but a female version. Now, when you picture Sean Connery, even when he got gray, he's an eyebrow person. She is too. She almost has that same shape. Those won't change. That's gonna stay the same. Now she has a dent underneath her bottom lip, and it's unusual. Hers makes a little upside down triangle. It's an upside down triangle. It's right up against her bottom lip. That's going to stay the same.
Gibson also draws from a place of pain. You see, she was attacked in her Los Angeles apartment in the 1970s by a serial rapist and murderer, and soon after she left LA for San Antonio.
I did 3,000 portraits on the Riverwalk in San Antonio.
Her talent has helped give justice to many. Now she hopes it helps find out what happened to Lina.
God, somebody give us a tip. We got to get her back. Because I know what the parents feel like a little bit. We need to get them back for those mommy and the daddy.
A day to remember a child missing in our community for 2 years today. Little Lina Khil disappeared from the park in the apartment complex where she lived with her parents on Fredericksburg Road. This exclusive Fox SA video was taken just seconds before she was last seen. Since then, her father Riaz and her mother Sarmina have been looking for her.
He's still hopeful, and he is still hopeful. He doesn't lost his hope.
Riaz tells us that his wife cries every day, but last night was bad.
Yeah, last night she saw the Facebook post of Lina, so she was crying all night. And in the morning when I was leaving the apartment, she was still crying.
Both parents are not satisfied with the agencies in charge of looking for Lina, SAPD and the FBI.
As he told in his talking that if SAPD, FBI don't have the location, access to that location, I will go over there.
Earlier this year, Fox SA and Project Absentees was contacted by a person who claims to have reached out to authorities about seeing Lina with 2 men by the apartment right about the time she disappeared. After not hearing back from law enforcement, that person agreed to meet with Lois Gibson, a renowned forensic artist who retired from the Houston Police Department a year ago after 4 decades with them. Gibson sketched out 2 men the person claims to have seen with Lina. We showed you some sketches a while ago, and those have been given to the FBI and to SAPD. Without giving us any names, are those people whom you recognize?
When I saw the picture, so I don't know the African who is that, but Afghan, I don't believe that if someone is, he can do that. I don't believe that sketch.
Through his interpreter, Lawang, Riaz tells us that although they know the Afghan man in the sketch, they do not believe he could be involved. The family is asking anyone who may have information to contact Project Absentees, a nonprofit headed by retired FBI agent Abel Peña.
In many cases, you draw that circle and you look at those folks inside that circle. Many of them are family members, friends, close associates. But in this case, we have a 3-year-old child. There is a possibility that there could have been somebody as they say, lurking in the shadows that could have snatched her. We don't know that. There's also the possibility that there's a trafficking ring. Of course, we don't know that either.
Fox SA called SAPD and the FBI for an update. So far, we have not heard back from either agency. Lina's father says no matter how long it takes to find out what happened to her, he and his wife will continue loving her and praying for her safe return.
I remember Lina every day. It's come to my mind, in my heart. She's in my heart. I will never forget her. It will be always in my heart.
Lina Khil has been gone for just over 2 years. Last month, a tip from a man, a fugitive we had featured here on Marshall's Most Wanted, led authorities to a spot near the apartment complex where she disappeared. Tonight, we have an exclusive look at a new age progression sketch that will be out in the public soon. This is the new age progression sketch that the National Center for the Missing and Exploited Children got approved by Lina's family to use today. We are told that Lina's family says it looks 100% like they imagined Lina would look like today. Now they're hoping that with this sketch, someone will come forward and remember something about that day back in December of 2021 when Lina disappeared.